Hello again. I've just done a little video for you on the basic chain and double crochet stitch. So what I'm going to do now is show you how to do a treble crochet, which is the next stitch on from a double crochet. Actually, I'm telling a lie because it's a half treble, but we're not going there just yet. So a treble stitch, here's my chain that I made in the first video with the little V's. So what we're going to do now is we're going to work into the third V along. No, sorry, the second V along. We're going to third V along. I was right first time. So we're going to work into miss two V's, go into V number 3. So you can just see there, 1, 2, and that. The reason for this is that when you start a row crochet, you have to think about the height of your row. And in order for your row to be all the same height all the way along, your starting stitch needs to be the same height as the stitches that follow it. And a chain is the height of a double crochet. 3 chains is the height of a treble. So that's why you've got 3 trebles at the beginning of your row. There are other more complex techniques that I've only just learnt. I've been crocheting since I was 8. I'm now 65. So, be patient, you'll get there. We don't need those fancy stitches just yet. So we put our hook through the third V from the stitch at the beginning. And what you're going to do is, like you did for the double crochet, you're going to pull the yarn through that loop. So, oh gosh, I split the yarn. It's another thing you have to be careful about. Don't split your yarn. Right, so pull it through like that. So as you can see now, there's 3 loops on your hook. So if you think 3 treble, is that making sense for you? So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull through the first 2 loops, and then we've got 2 loops on the hook, and then we're going to pull the yarn through the other 2 loops, and that creates this stitch here, which is called a treble. Let's just see if we can get that a bit clearer. I'll make another one and then you'll be able to see it better. So yarn over, through that V, push through, pull it back, so you've got your 3 loops, and then through 2, through the other 2, and that is your treble stitch. So that's a bit clearer. So you can see there, you've got your 3 chain here at the beginning and your 2 trebles. And basically that is it, that's your treble stitch. And you'll see again at the top, like we had the little V's for your chain, like so, you're making your stitches here are your little V's on the top of your work, and that is what you'll work into next time you do a row. When you get to the end, we turn our work, we do 3 chains and then carry on back. So let's just do some more of the trebles. So yarn over your hook, through the next V, pull back, and pull back. So we go 1, 2, 3. So yeah, that's basically a treble. So just next V, push through, pull back. Oh dear, pull back. Right, I'm just getting in a bit of a muddle, but I do. Right, pull back and pull back, and then we do that again. Push through, pull back, and pull back, and then push through, pull back, and pull back. So push through, pull back, through 2 of those loops and through the other 2. So you can see that that's building up quite nicely into your treble stitches. Like I say, they will look a bit off to begin with, but don't worry, it's the practicing that you need to do. And you'll find that once you do get into doing a lot of crochet, it forms a rhythm. It's a very soothing rhythm, and if you're a bit sort of stressed, anxious, whatever, you'll find it very relaxing. And if you're doing a simple pattern or square or whatever, making a scarf, it's very easy to do, and you get a result far quicker with crochet than you do with knitting. Because with knitting, you'd only be sort of you'd have a little row down here somewhere that looks insignificant, but with crochet you've really got something to show for your work. So it grows quickly, and it's very gratifying when you can actually see something forming. And it's I mean, somebody once described crochet as a magic that you sit there wiggling a hook and make a garment. Yeah, it's fantastic, brilliant. So let's carry on with doing that. So we're going yarn over through your next V, pull that yarn through, pull it through again, and pull it through again. So yarn over, pull through the 2 loops, through the next 2 loops. So into your V, pull through, and pull through. And like I said before, make the hook do the work. Don't go feeding it and pushing it and pulling it. Make the hook do the work. That's what it's there for. That's why it's a crochet hook. So you make it work for its living. So there we go. So you're pushing through and pulling through and pulling through again and pulling through again. And we'll go right to the end of this row. So through, pull through, push through that V, pull your loop through, pull through and pull through, and then again push through, pull through 2, pull through the other 2, and then again push through, pull through, and then you come to that last little bit where you tighten your yarn up, your little first V up. We'll push the hook through there and then do a final treble. So we've got, it's a bit bendy to begin with, but don't worry, even mine's bendy, so don't worry about it. There's things we can do to tidy it up at the end when we've made something, which people have made whole blankets after a few weeks crocheting. You see people on the internet, I took up crochet last week and I've made this, and you go, what? A lot of it's just courage, to move on to the next step. And sometimes it does you a lot of good staying at this stage and just keeping practicing, because the more you master this stitch, and even though it looks quite simple, it's still fairly complicated. It's not the easiest of things. I mean, I've just spent nearly 9 minutes just talking about one stitch and 12 minutes talking about making a chain and a double crochet. It is what it is. It's the practice. Practice does really make perfect. And the better you are at this, the easier you'll find you progress through the different stitches of crochet. So we've got to the end of our row. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to turn the work round like that, so that you're working into this stitch here. So you're going to go into the second little hole along with that stitch there. So push through, pull through 2 and pull through again, and then we're going to just go along so you can actually watch me doing it instead of talking. And like I say, if you're struggling, shut me up, slow me down, switch me off, pause, rewind. But you know, please do keep at it and do keep practicing, because I just want to show you what happens when we get to the end of this row, where we're going to put the final stitch in this row, so that hopefully you might keep your edges straight. You might not. Don't worry about it, it'll all come. It's just practice, just you need to practice. I think we all expect to pick up a new craft and be an expert next time we do it. Don't really work like that. You do need to practice, and the more you practice, the better your work will be. So it's an investment of time into this new craft, and it's well worth it, because really, I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. It's just a pleasurable activity, like I said, that you can share with friends. You can there's various groups on Facebook where you can put your work and say, where am I going wrong, or I'm really pleased with this, what do you think? I'm happy, I like, and everybody will go, that's fantastic. So you get some recognition, and you know, places to ask where you can get an honest opinion from people who are just the same as you, they practice. Right, so we've got to the end here now. So I don't know if you can just see that there. We've done the last little hole there, and then at the top here, those 3 chain that we left when we raise the stitches up to the level, the height of a treble crochet, we're just going to make a stitch, a treble crochet into that last stitch. So that should keep that edge straight. Looks straight now, don't worry. Even I can go wrong at this point, and I frequently do. But I've just been working on a blanket that's given me the perfect straight edge. I am so thrilled with this blanket. Let's just show you a little bit. So it's a stripy blanket, and this is a crochet along from Attic 24. So it's January 2021 crochet along, and it's called the Meadow blanket. But this is one I've done going in my own colours, because I'm using up bits of wool that I've got left. So can you see that? How that edge is so beautifully straight. I am so proud of myself. So yeah, you will come to this point. And this is a pattern there, can you see? The trebles, but they're crossed. So you do one into, just show you that stitch, and then one behind it into this stitch. And it creates this this crossed pattern, and it very much reminds me of old-fashioned baby blankets, you know, the Airtex blankets, and I'm sure it's going to be really, really warm and snuggly. It's very very nice and heavy, because we've got to the point now where, and this is the best bit about blankets, is that as you're working on them, it becomes, particularly in winter, it becomes a blanket that's keeping you warm as you're working on it. So it's double result. So yeah, really enjoying this blanket. I'm making 2 at the moment. I don't know why. One to use bits up and one to actually participate in the crochet along, which is, again, it's a very nice social thing to do, and they usually tend to be pitched at beginner level. So even though it might look a bit complicated, don't worry about it. It's within your ability once you've mastered your chain and your treble crochet, because we don't use double crochet at all in this particular blanket. It's really nice. You'll like it. I'm hoping you'll like it. It's terribly wrong of me to presume you'll like it, because you might think, what is the work of the devil here? I never want to see it again. You might prefer knitting. I don't know. You might want to make some flowers or whatever. There's many crafts out there, and this is my particular one. This is the one I really enjoy the most. So I do hope you will enjoy it. Like I said, there'll be more little videos as we develop the Zoom calls with my guinea pigs. They're not really, they're lovely ladies. And yeah, the Whittaker's creating a fantastic resource for you to dip into, and I think they're going to put these videos onto YouTube. So there we go. I will become immortal on the internet. Yeah, okay. Right, so I'll leave you with that one. So hopefully you've got something resembling this. If you haven't, you need to rewind and have another go. But I'm sure you'll all be fine and you will all begin to love your crochet. This is a Clover Amour hook, A-M-O-U-R. And this is my hook of choice. I don't know what sort of hook you've got, but you do, for double knitting wool, you need a 4mm hook. So I should have said that at the beginning really, but never mind. Okay, I'll sign off now and leave you to it, and I do hope you enjoy what you've learned so far. Bye.